I am so glad. I was about to put on the audio for Zoom. I turned on my audio so people listening to this get this part of the conversation and miss the rest. I'm just saying.
Can they hear us?
They now can hear you.
For everyone who's confused, I was adjusting my boobs on camera.
And I turned on the audio. I'm about to turn on the audio for Zoom for that comment to be made. Hold on, let me adjust my boobs.
Listen. I've got some massive badonkas. They need some readjustment every now and then.
You need to contain the calamity?
Calamity?
That is your memories.
No.
Pretty tits!
With that in mind,
One of my favorite.
hi, people! I hope you enjoy our chaos that has already begun, and I just started the fucking stream.
Oh, is it chaos night?
It's common night for Gerald. Gerald has currently going through some shit, which is why Gerald is having a bad time.
Welcome everyone back to Humblewood. It has been almost a month since we've played. The holidays are interesting, and it's just the whole month of December. The whole month of December is interesting. So, hello! Thank you for being patient with us on our hiatus. Welcome back. I am Sarah. I am your DM for tonight, here with all of my friends in our crazy chaosness. Does anyone have any announcements to make?
Mercury will be going to retrograde on the 14th, so prepare your asses.
Oh, great.
I'm so excited. Life is going to be so good.
Help! It's again.
Help, it's again.
Help!
I mean, fuck my life. It feels like we just finished the last retrograde.
It really does.
Yeah. There's a new episode of Grid Questers tomorrow. I will be late to it though, because I have a job. But check us out at Ryan the Enchanter on Twitch. And GKC is back in session, so check us out on Friday nights. Darren's totally not possessed.
Fine. Everything's fine.
And we totally didn't just get the revelation that Flortma has been a god this entire time.
Yup.
Because there was no better way to
There was
honor
no
our
better
friend.
way to send off his character.
And still, just amazing.
Wait, doesn't that technically make Flortma this game universe's version of Jesus? Because Jesus is technically just God on the mortal plane.
Yes, but no, because he didn't die for the sins of the universe.
I think he died for our sins as a party.
That's true.
Close enough.
That
Ryan,
got me there. You got me there.
So he's like the introvert's Jesus.
The introvert's Jesus.
He died for the sins of a close knit friend group, and
here we are now.
We love you and we miss you dearly.
Indeed.
For anyone who is
No,
watching
he's
this,
cackling at us from the afterlife.
yes, for anyone who is watching
Absolutely.
this and feeling a little lost, our D&D group and friend group has recently lost a good friend and player to cancer. Please go to your yearly appointments.
I'm
get
gonna be
yourselves
I'm gonna
checked
be
out.
blunt. Go get your ass probed.
He was fine one day and then just didn't feel great and went to the doctor, and just like that, we were 2
Listen,
months? It was 2 months
it's been 2 months.
that since he found out that he only knew he had
Like a
cancer for
month
2
left.
months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So-
like stage 4. He did not have long left.
And that he found out very suddenly, and just, keep an eye on your health. We don't want to
And
lose
like I
anyone
said,
else that way.
I'll be blunt. Go get your ass probed.
And
And
your boobs checked.
ladies,
And
get
your
dressed,
and
get
your
boobs
titties
checked.
squished.
Ladies, get your boobs squished and get your cooch checked.
Get your cooch checked.
Get your
ass
cooch
poked,
checked. Get
boobs
your boobs
squished.
checked. Get your
Hi,
ass.
Ryan.
Stop
Aren't you
coming
glad you joined us?
I was
We
thinking that
are
exact thing.
live. We are live expressing what.
If you don't check your boobs, man, like,
Listen,
what are you even doing?
listen. It may feel uncomfortable at the time, but better safe than sorry. So get your boobs squished. Get your ass probed. If you got any irregular moles or skin tags, get that shit checked out.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Anything
yes,
abnormal.
if you happen to watch our Gem Kingdom Chronicles sessions, or ever watched any Septum Ortum when that was running, Flortma and our crazy lizard folk unfortunately passed away. But I think we'll be okay. It's been a lot. So this is another reason why we've kind of been off for a while. Because this is very recent.
Indeed.
Anyone
Hit
else?
us like a fucking freight train.
Mm. Mm, mm.
If you watched last week's Gem Kingdom Chronicles,
Oh,
I think that's when reality finally set in.
Oh yeah.
I think
It hit me like a
was
hurricane.
I think that was our sense of closure
Yeah,
for this group.
it definitely was.
I really, I can't begin to even thank you guys for just being so awesome.
Hmm.
Not just to Brian and me, but just in general. You're amazing people, and every day that I hang out with you, I'm just like, why are these people so awesome? Why are they my friend? What's happening? How am I so lucky? So
Well, I'm wearing makeup today, so we're not gonna do this because I gotta hold it back. I
Um,
gotta keep it back. Like we're not gonna do what we did on Friday because I was a fucking mess. Anyone have
Nope.
any non-sad announcements, please?
I love you. You're amazing. Typical Hannah stuff.
I
Also,
got a new book.
I miss you guys.
Ew.
That's my announcement. I just got a new book and I'm excited to use it for this campaign.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's leather and very high quality stiff paper.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I saw a hand up from a Hannah.
Yes. So I have three announcements, I guess.
Oh wow.
I'll make them real small. Number one, my sister and I are starting a campaign inspired by the Winx Club. So if any of you guys have grown up with that show, and would just like some good old-fashioned, kid-friendly, magical girl shenanigans, please come and watch it. We're planning it right now. You can go and watch our one shot on my channel, Alpha Hannah 5311. We're very happy with it.
I would like to add, this campaign will not last forever.
No.
It is going to be a planned story, so when it's done, so catch it while you can.
Mm-hmm.
What, you don't want to
second
run a
announcement-
2-3 year campaign?
Yeah.
I'm in college right now. I can't do that. I can't do that.
My second announcement is please follow me on TikTok at Alpha Hannah 5311 because I have some plans that I'm uploading right now for a let's say an old alter ego who's deciding to show her face again. So please go check that out. Last announcement is please, if you guys like the MCU, if you guys like superheroes and all that kinds of stuff, I have a story that I have been writing on archiveofourown.org or AO3 called Firebite, and it's characters that I've made myself. It's an enemies to lovers arc. It's a slow burn. It's a lot of fun. There's fighting. There's loving. There's flirting. There's action. So if you like any of those kinds of things, please go and follow me there. I'm sure you guys will like it. That's it.
Now for my announcement.
Uh-oh.
That was amazing. My announcement is, my mother told me the story today of a cat from heaven.
Oh,
He is an old man cat, and his owners, his human family, foster kittens. So whenever the kittens come in, this old geezer, this older man, becomes their dad. And he teaches them how to be a cat. He cuddles with them, gives them all of the baths, sleeps with them. And when the kittens, they will like shove him out of the way and eat his food, and he's totally okay with it.
That's adorable.
It's so cute. So I just want to let y'all know. The
I
cat
think I've
dad.
seen about that on the Dodo. It's really cute videos.
Very, very cute.
Like, they
Very
thought that he would hate all other cats, and then he goes, no, this is mine now.
Yes. Yes.
I am a father. These are my babies.
I am a father. What are you talking about? What do you mean this isn't my kid? She just showed up. This is mine.
Yep.
All right, that was it. I just want to give y'all that happy little story.
I love that happy
And
little
go check
story.
out her stuff. But more importantly than a cat, go check out her stuff.
Anybody else have any announcements? Tales of Idrisil on Thursdays. It's back. It's back, bitches, this week. On Thursday. On MNChief_ on Twitch.
Oh, we may or may not have Clone Wars 5e this week because our DM was invited to another one shot.
I understand how
So,
that goes.
yeah.
How was Fandelver yesterday?
I was going to kill our droid.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Multiple war crimes were committed last night.
Ooh.
Not war crimes. Someone did kill Bambi's mom and then put Bambi out of the misery because fucking Kitsune.
Yay?
He's like, I'm not gonna let this baby deer suffer. I'm gonna hide my sins by killing the baby deer, and maybe no one will notice.
Hey, it's breakfast tomorrow.
Okay.
Multiple crimes.
Very well.
Disapproval.
Also, Talos may have one-shotted a fucking owlbear.
Jesus.
Another reason
Wow.
for the warlock being to be pissed at him because her mind was like, ooh, puppy.
Honestly, at this point, I'm gonna have to give the bigger bosses like 200 hit points, just so y'all can have combat.
Or just 6 of them.
That's
However.
fucking right.
Each with 200 hit points. No, that's a
No.
TPK. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're only
Listen,
level 5.
don't fucking tempt me.
I'm sorry. Anybody else have any announcements? Alright, in that case, does anyone remember enough to try and do the recap for inspiration?
Nope.
Yeah, no.
I barely remembered work today,
I think I was in a hot tub.
and I was at work for 10 hours today.
Oh, Jesus.
So, where we left off, our group had enjoyed their festival, gone back to the home, enjoyed some drug-induced crazes, and ended up receiving a letter the night before from Speaker Conrad inviting you to dinner to discuss something, only to receive one in the morning saying, no, never mind, which was a little strange. You guys proceeded to do some daytime town investigations. You did some shopping, went to the bookstore, faced with some former kidnappers, dealt with them. Chonga was able to face some of the people who took her away from her home, only to learn that her home is on the other side of the Scorched Groves and the mountains on the other side, and the paths that they had taken are now unpassable. So good news and bad news all rolled up into one. Your day continued on. You did a little bit more shopping. Is it fine? And decided, you know what? Let's go see Speaker Conrad and, see what's up with that. Because you did end up reaching out to him earlier in the day for him to say, yeah, we could still do dinner, sure. When you got there, the one who greeted you at the door was not Speaker Conrad, but someone you know to be Sergeant Alden Gravewit, which was very unusual and unexpected. He then kind of kept you at the door, saying that the speaker was not home and you guys should probably let's go look for him, but I'll be right back. And then he disappeared upstairs, where a couple of you followed him and found him in the process of stabbing an already very injured speaker. You intervened, were able to deal with this intruder, and saved Speaker Conrad's life, however barely. And as you had left him unconscious, the assailant, Sergeant Alden, managed to notice a couple different magical items on him, removed them to reveal it was not Sergeant Alden at all, but another individual, a red-feathered raptor, laying unconscious on the floor. What would you like to do?
I would like to remind everybody that we are in freshly bought evening wear. Because we went to we just bought new clothes before we went to dinner.
Y'all might be. I'm still in my armor.
Yeah, some of you are still wearing armor, and if you are not wearing your armor class at this moment is just 10 plus your dexterity bonus.
Some of us were smart and got clothes that fit over their armor.
One armor. It isn't Maybelline with me. I just have spikes all over my body.
You gotta love Mithril. it goes with everything.
Did Speaker Avery get my animal message?
You're not sure. You have not. Your messenger has not come back yet, but you do know that the animal messenger was sent out to Speaker Avery not that terribly long ago.
Oh dear, do you think we should go check on Speaker Avery?
Quick question for outside of the game. Didn't we level up at the end of last?
Yeah, you should be level 7.
Yes, you did. Everyone should be level 7.
Okay. I know only a few of us were there. I'm not sure if everyone is caught up. So I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page.
You missed that announcement earlier before we went live.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't here. Okay. My bad.
All good. No worries, my dear.
Gerald sort of like, since he knocked that guy out, he's had this kind of sort of odd look on his face. Sort of shakes it off and takes out a pair of manacles that he had on his person for some reason.
Well, you guys, you didn't have manacles, but you did have rope, and you were able to tie him up. He is currently already tied up and leaning against the wall underneath the window where you left him, where he was out.
Yeah, Gerald. We got some healing on Conrad.
Yes,
Showery was able to revive Speaker Conrad, and that's basically where we left off. So Showery, which healing spell had you used? Do you remember? Was it Healing Word?
No, it would have been. I don't have healing word. Cure wounds. And
Okay.
I have healing. No.
I want to say it was at level 3.
Okay. How many hit points?
That is. There it is. 1d8 plus your spellcasting. So, well, I guess I'll just have to roll that again because I completely forgot. That's a long time ago.
That is all right.
Plus 4. 17 hit points.
Okay. So as you reach out, So as you reach out to Speaker Conrad, you watch as some of the wound that was up by his clavicle begins to close up, the blood drying over, and he takes a deep breath and kind of looks up and around, and his eyes catch yours.
You see, you're still with us.
What? And he's just he's looking around and trying to get his bearings a bit before he looks over and spots the rest of you in the room, and leans up a little bit and goes, Alden, that wasn't...
It was not.
It's not old.
It's okay. You appear to be in your... what room is this? Bedroom?
Would you if you take a look around, this is actually his home office.
Okay. It's alright. You appear to be in your office. Oh, I'm not familiar with your house, so I'm not sure. But you're in your home.
He does seem to... He composes himself, sits up a bit.
I help him.
Yeah, he'll actually get up onto his feet. He is still pretty unsteady on his feet. He's still... it was close. It was very close, as you can see. But he is doing his best to put on his typical stoic demeanor.
Oh dear, it's not the time for manners. Here, sit. Let me get you some water.
I'm all right.
The entire he says, I'm alright, the entire party.
He's got blood staining his robes, as he's obviously been through quite a bit.
You're clearly in shock there.
As you look around this room, you can see that even before you guys got here, there was a bit of a struggle. He has blood along the back of his cloak. He's not one to go down easily.
One moment yet. Was it just one person, or were there multiple people? Because we need to know now if we need to look for more.
Only the one.
All right. I'm gonna go over to Speaker Avery's just real quick, but I will be back. Let me know if you need anything. Showery, can you still communicate with me over distance?
Yes, I can. We have our necklaces.
Is that there's no range on that?
Not as far as we can tell. We haven't been far enough apart to really test the limits. But
As far as has been
it's worked across the
imparted,
city.
as far as
Or
it has
the
been imparted,
tree.
we can use it. We at least cover the distance of the city.
Well,
So
that's
it's not anywhere in the city.
wonderful, dear. Speaking Conrad, so lovely to have met you tonight. I will return. Would you like me to grab anything on my way out? Didn't seem like we get dinner.
I'm all right. Thank you. Thank you for...
Okay.
when you
Oh, all right. Well, I shall return. Too sweet. Would anyone like to accompany me?
I think I'd like to stick with Speaker here.
It's a very good idea.
I think I will go investigate as well.
So, all right, I'm just gonna go up to Speaker Avery's and perhaps call the town guard real quick.
Avery hasn't met Avery yet, I don't think.
What was that, sir? I could not hear you.
Sorry, I don't think Ruby has met Avery yet, so that'll be neat.
Oh, you'll love Avery. She's a hoot. No pun intended.
Oh, is she a winged thing?
Yes. More of a cooer than a hooter.
That's funny. That's funny though. I like that joke. It was funny.
Bird puns!
Bird pun!
Fun.
I'm sorry, but birds was not the first thing that came to mind when I heard Hooter.
No,
Same.
but I needed it for context. He's making bird puns.
Absolutely was when I said it. Because we did. All right. Well, anyone who wants to come with me, let's step out.
Lindsay's is staying right next to the unconscious raptor, keeping an eye on them.
Great idea.
Gerald is inspecting the items he took off of the unconscious man. I think it was some basic daggers, one very new, like a very, very new dagger. And
You pulled off of this particular raptor 2 daggers, a short bow, a much shinier dagger,
Yeah.
a necklace, and a ring. And when you took the ring off is when you noticed the form shift.
Well, I can guess what this is.
Me, excuse me?
Well, I can guess what this one is. So I'll sit to the side.
Well, if you'd like any help identifying the rest, I do have this ring of identification. I kind of spin it in my claw.
He'll sort of hand over the necklace.
Oh, okay.
'cause
I'll do the honors.
You can guess the ring is a ring of disguise of some sort, or something or other. So that one's at least he has a general idea. He's going to inspect the shiny dagger, sort of look it over, see if it has any defining markings or a maker's mark or anything.
Make a. If you're looking for markings in particular, you can make an Arcana check. And Showery, you use the ring, and since the ring doesn't have to take the ritual time, you know that this is a amulet of, I just saw the name of it, Amulet of Proof Against Detection and Location.
Oh,
AKA
okay.
protects you against divination magics, like
And
detect
scry.
thoughts.
And locate creature.
Yep.
And scrying.
And
And
mind spike.
Oh, interesting.
Because if you read it, if I did a lot of research into this because I was really worried of how it would come out, but if you look at it, it specifically protects you against divination magic. Mind spike is considered divination.
Could you repeat the name of it, please? Amulet of
Proof against detection and location.
Gerald, like when Jory explains that, Gerald sort of looks at it and sort of like the expression is of gears turning, but he'll. I rolled a 24 for the Arcana.
It definitely has the runes on it are definitely magical in nature. It's not like you cast it identify, so you can't really tell what the enchantment is, but it is in fact an enchanted blade.
Gerald will he'll trade the Showery, so you can look at that one, and while he's doing that and he's sort of looking over the necklace, he kind of puts his hand on Conrad, and I will use my healing word to give him a little bit extra health.
Okay.
And he'll ease the pain a bit. Second level 2d. So while Showery's doing her thing, I will be throwing that.
Yes, I will be ritual casting Identify on the.
You ritual cast Identify. It is a vicious dagger.
Well, Gerald, it seems this dagger is rather vicious. You should keep it sheathed at all times.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
What?
Oh, he-
I'm not there.
Conrad receives 10 healing.
10 more healing.
Yes.
He definitely seems to be breathing a little bit more easily. At this point, he is, he has kind of given up a little bit on the portrayal and is sitting in his office chair. Excuse me, I need to switch my headphones really quick. Because it's now yelling at me. I hate using wired headphones.
Same.
Yeah. And the last, he'll sort of pat him on the shoulder, and then he will trade the dagger again, and Shai can look at the ring just to double check to make sure he doesn't have any. He knows he knows roughly what it does, but he also must see if it does anything else.
So you're giving the ring to Shari?
Yes.
Okay.
To properly identify, so we don't miss it.
Another
all
10
what it
minutes
did,
go
it's
by. Zinzies, you are next to your prisoner. Make a perception check. And Shari, as another 10 minutes go by, this is in fact a ring of disguise.
Yep.
Well,
Just as we thought.
12. You don't really notice much. Actually, you know what, Zinzies? As you are in fact a cop, you do that with advantage.
You said cop?
She's a towns guard. She's a cop.
Okay.
Like, this is what she does.
I didn't hear the word cop. So I was confused for a second.
what did you hear?
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
a
like,
little
wait,
concerned.
she's a gerbean. She's not a bird folk. What?
Bird.
All right. It's been a long day.
Oh my god.
I'm too tired for this. 14.
14? Yeah, I'll say yeah, you do notice. He's not as unconscious as he was before, but he's pretending otherwise.
I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out a familiar blue powder.
How many more uses of that do you have left?
I have 2 more uses.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
And I'm just gonna basically chloroform him by putting some in my hand and holding it against his beak and be like, no.
Nap time.
Back to
What's the
sleep.
save?
It's nap time.
It's nap time. You awake when we're ready to question you.
What's the save?
It is a DC 17 con save.
Con?
Yeah.
Shari just looks up from her ritual at this, gives a smirk, and goes back to it.
He coughs as he's trying to pull away and very quickly goes right back out with his 5 con save.
May have made that powder a little strong.
He's going to be asleep for the next 2 hours.
Yes, he is.
Because I'm just like, not everyone's here, and we're just like, no. Go night. Go night.
Gerald looks over the 3 now identified objects and sort of like balances the blade on his hand, sort of seemingly out of reflex. Conrad, this may seem a bit obvious, but I believe this was an attempted assassination, because this particular knife, I'm surprised we found you alive.
As am I.
Technically, I don't think we did. To be
Well,
honest.
somewhere in between.
He kind of grunts and pulls himself up and goes over and starts going through the pockets of his assailant.
He's gonna notice that there's just blue powder all over this bird's.
He's not so far out of it that he didn't watch you do that.
Don't breathe too heavily around.
Just
like that.
watch Townsguard drug a suspect.
Look, it's a dangerous suspect. He just tried to murder. I don't think he's gonna care.
As he's going through the pockets, I'm glad you decided to stop by. After all, I was not the one who sent the letter turning away the dinner in the first place. If that much was not already obvious.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit weird that you invited us to dinner, 6 hours before you canceled?
Well, it's true that my intention was, in fact, to employ your help in locating the sergeant who went. I haven't seen him in a while. And when he showed up, I thought everything was fine, back to normal. However, I wasn't going to cancel the dinner on that part. I got your message. I asked him, and he said there was no longer a reason for such a dinner, and thought he was assisting by canceling it.
Ah.
I don't think he was expecting me to continue to look after that.
Probably not.
Well, whoever he was prepared.
This leads to another issue. It appears that Sergeant Alden is still, in fact, missing.
As far as I've been able to tell, as far as I could tell you as of... How long has he been missing? Do you know?
I sent him along to scout ahead before...
Oh, hello there, Mom.
Hello!
Hi, Mom!
Hi! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! What are you all doing?
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
It's
Wait,
Dad
wait,
Dad.
Wait! I
Mom
want-
and Dad are here. Hi.
Oh,
What's up, guys? How are you?
Hi.
Hello.
I'm tired. If I'm being honest.
Very tired.
Wait, who's winning?
I feel like
That one.
I haven't seen all of you since last year.
I know.
Yeah.
How was
Yeah.
vacation? How was
Cold.
your trip?
Cold. It was
Cold.
very cold. My friend
You
just
mean-
taught me this.
You mean a bunch of Floridians
Oh.
going to snow wasn't
Yes, I'm cold. May 24th.
yep.
Yeah, when the Pavloks go on
True.
vacation, we have to have 7 days of tropical with pina coladas and palm trees. But when we go to cold climates, it's like 3
3
days
days.
max.
That's
We're like on the third day, they're like, all right, let's go
On
home.
the third day, Hannah and I look at each other and we go,
Too cold.
we're going, I'm done. Let's go home. True story.
Yeah.
Be a Midwesterner enduring cold every day.
No, I
I
mean,
know,
and
right?
we were Midwestern born. I mean, she's from
I'm from
she's
Illinois.
I'm from Indiana, and so we just had to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Peoria, where we don't know
Oh, yeah.
what the weather's going to be today when we get a heads up. Oh,
Yeah.
it's going to rain tomorrow for like 2 feet of snow,
We
Oh, it's gonna be
yeah,
a
we
bright,
know,
sunny
we know
day.
right where
30 miles an hour.
My aunt lives in Peoria, yeah.
Ah,
we've driven through that cornfield a lot.
it's either city, tiny town, or cornfield.
That's all there is.
Karn.
Well, we hope you all are doing well and having
Yeah.
a
Me too.
a blessed, prosperous
Good
new
luck,
year.
everybody. May the odds ever be in your favor.
Ah, yes.
Likewise.
That is so cute.
Bye.
Oh my god.
Always nice to see them.
Yes.
Blessings from dead mom and dead dad.
I love how they just fucking exit through the bathroom.
Everyone has a point of inspiration.
There's two exits. There's two entrances to my room. There's the one that leads out in the hallway, and then there's the one that leads in the bathroom.
And Hannah
Amazing.
does her makeup in the front, in the hallway mirror, because she has a mirror on her door.
Mhm.
So our mother is conscious that sometimes Hannah will be
Sometimes
behind
I'm
the door.
sitting behind my front door.
So she likes to check and ask. So this
So
time she went through
She
the
goes
bathroom.
around through the bathroom.
Because last time they talked,
So-
she was behind the mirror. But our
So-
father had no
I'm-
regard for that. And
So what
decided
you're
to
telling
exit
me
the
is
hallway.
one time Jen Mom didn't check and Hannah got a face full of door.
The amount of times I've got a face full of door.
I may or may not have done that to one of my back of house guys with
Although,
the beer
I
cooler
think
door
crisscross-
at work last week.
Although to be mindful, I do sit crisscross, so the door hits my knees before it hits my face. So
It's
Still,
almost worse.
ouch, knees.
Depending on where it hits you on the knee, that's almost worse.
Oh, my knees are bad. That would just be the worst. Mm-mm.
Ugh.
Anyway, back into the game.
back to it.
You had asked when he went missing.
Yes.
And Speaker Conrad responds, I sent him scouting ahead of your previous encounter outside of these gates towards the fortress of the bandit coalition. He was, I assumed, going to come back with you. I thought you would meet up with him there. And yet when you came back and he had not, I grew concerned.
Did we know about that? Just off the table, 'cause I'm not there.
Anyone
No,
who
because we
wants
took
to
the
can
bag
roll
one.
an intelligence check to see if you had any knowledge.
I mean, I'm not there, so I'm not sure.
Intelligence room? Intelligence check. 19.
This is the first you're hearing of this. Nor did you remember seeing any sight of him along the road. You did know that he worked most of the time outside of the city. He did operate as a scout outside the city and would come back and report what he found. So he probably was very good at staying hidden. But you had no idea he was even out there, let alone anywhere near you guys. You might have I'll say because you're rolled a 19. You do remember that a couple days prior to you leaving, you hadn't seen him around, and you had heard, oh, he's not around at one point. But no indication as to where he could be.
And then an assassin shows up wearing his face. This is a level of effort to go after you.
I had asked questions to Benna during the negotiations. I had pulled her aside, and she not only had no knowledge of where he might be, but she's quite the forthright type, and did not like the idea of being accused of anything less.
That came across very much in our meeting. Did you see him at the negotiations? My father.
No, he is not present. Has not been present this time.
Granted, I am often one to accuse him of a great deal of things, and this certainly has his tactical know-how, but he looks towards the unconscious bird folk. I don't remember him as part of the crew. So either he's expanded it, or someone else who's out to get you. I imagine there's a list of people who would like to see you dead, but we have to keep options open. And if he wasn't there, and he wasn't, and Benna didn't have him.
No, the only ones present at the negotiation were Benna herself, and the friend of yours, Galen, was present. She had a couple other members of an entourage outside of the negotiations, but that was all.
I suppose a little bit more. Might get something out of him when he wakes up.
I certainly have questions myself.
The question is, and Gerald sort of he gives a the look on his face is slightly conflicted. So we could take him to jail and house him there for the interrogation, as would be the right and proper thing to do. However, there is a lovely little shack just outside of town that is no longer being occupied. Given that I'm not sure if Speaker Warren has purged the Warwick,
yeah.
I'm not sure. Granted, I'm not privy to the process, obviously, of whether Speaker Warwick has taken action against the guards that were on the payroll of the takers. But the little hideaway itself is secure. I've seen to that myself.
If you need, tomorrow I could help with some Zone of Truths as well.
That would be helpful.
They will know that they are under the influence, however. Keep that in mind in your decisions, but happy to help.
Wouldn't mind a chance to speak with him myself. If
But
at
you
all
won't be able to
possible.
speak with him for at least 2 hours.
Good to
That
know.
would be
Sleep
enough
dust
time
does
to get
amazing
him.
things.
That would be enough time to get him wherever we might want to have him, and make sure the area is secure.
Zenzi's just pokes the side of the assailant's head and just goes, "Yeah, he's zonked out."
That
Any
powder
chance
is
that time period can be shortened?
I
I
don't
might-
know. I mean,
I might have a dispel
This-
magic.
I'm not sure exactly how this powder works.
May I? And I reach out my hand for the bag.
I hand the bag to Shari.
I will use a
All I
spell
know is
slot
it
and
makes
cast
somebody
Identify.
pass out for a couple hours. And don't snort it. It's not fun.
Noted. I'll use a spell slot and cast Identify, so it's only a minute, with the intention of seeing if it would be able to be dispelled once used.
You cast Identify, and you don't get any magical aura from this. This is not a magical powder. It is an assortment of herbs that have been alchemized to its intended purpose.
Yeah, no, I got nothing on. Sorry, Krillin came out.
Wrong campaign!
But yeah. Sorry, I got nothing on this one. This is all natural.
I don't know. Maybe if we dump some cold water on him, it might wake him up. But he's pretty zooted. I hope he's not dead. And then Zenzi goes to check for a pulse.
Yeah, Gerald looks at. As she says that, Gerald looks like a.
Make an investigation check real quick, Zinzies, and then we're gonna pop over to Gwen and Rivia.
'Cause I
I like to offer assistance.
I don't think I've given this to a bird folk.
Uh-huh.
At least
No, you did.
undiluted. Because the last time I did, I just spiked people's drinks, so it diluted it. I
No,
gave
no,
this man a full fucking dose.
No, the last time you used it was against
Galen.
Galen.
You
No,
used against
no,
Galen, but you spiked his
not
drink.
Galen, the rooster.
Uh,
So,
10.
10.
With advantage?
Yeah. Wait, do I get advantage?
Yeah, because
I was
Shari's helping
assisting.
you.
Okay. No
Kinda-
better. Still
Oh, no.
10.
He has a pulse. It's very weak.
Okay, he's alive.
For now.
Yeah. I just
will-
want to monitor him.
It's almost like he was shot and stabbed a couple times, and therefore his pulse is extremely weak.
He may or
Just
may not have
gonna
been.
throw that out
It's like-
there.
He may or may not have been.
Listen, he deserved that.
I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying maybe
he-
consider
Zitzies
that.
will take notice of the wounds and just kind of haphazardly start patching them. This might help.
Make
keep
a
him-
medicine check.
I would also like to assist in this as well.
Okay, you have advantage.
He may or may not have been crit stabbed.
Oh no!
You rolled what?
I rolled 2 nat ones!
Do you have any inspiration?
I do!
I shit you not!
Can I make the roll this time?
I did suggest that we get inspiration from receiving inspiration from the.
So technically, because you're assisting, you cannot make the roll. But if you have inspiration you want to share,
Take it. It is gone. I have marked it off.
Alright, I'm gonna roll one more time.
Anything but a 1. I can heal him after that. But
Alright,
not
a
from
12.
a 12. Okay, because we would have had like a 50-50 split as to what was going to happen with that nat 1.
I can't believe I rolled 2 nat ones on advantage.
You... Oh my god. Paige,
Same
that
odds
is
as
just
2 20s.
amazing. But you are able to stabilize him, which is better than either of the alternates that would have happened. I would have rolled a d20 and been like high or low to see whether or not he woke up or just died. Like...
Tired for this.
Amazing. Amazing. Alright.
Stress.
The dice giveth and they taketh away.
Doesn't take away this man's life.
Alright. Who went with Gwen? Was it Rivia and Chonga? Yeah? Alright. We're gonna jump over to you three as you have now started heading towards Speaker Avery's tower. Are you going straight there?
Oh, Gwen is going to maybe, is the town guard on the way?
No, there's not really a patrol going through the section of town. There
Okay.
are a couple posted outside of this section, but as you might remember, the boughs are a lot thinner and much more difficult to walk. They are very thin walkways, and as you get further out onto the branches, it becomes one of the things where, like, if you are walking on them, you're going to have to make dexterity saves. So if you're, like, passing common guards, there's not a lot of places to walk, and you're more likely to fall off of the Alderheart. Yes, that's a possibility. I'm just saying.
That's fun.
That's why the humble folk don't really live much in the branches.
That is fair.
I'm just saying. So Gwen, Rivia, and Chonga, you start heading over towards the tower. Are you guys going to head towards where you saw the guards, or are you just going straight to Speaker Avery?
Hmm.
Ah!
Gwen, Is everyone okay?
Yes.
You could have
I just dropped my dice.
Oh.
Ah.
So Gwen is going to just sort of like scurry over towards Speaker Avery's house, and along the way, when she feels like she's like roughly within range, she's gonna cast message.
Okay.
Oh, hello, I hope you got my message earlier. We're coming over because danger's afoot here in the bowels. Put a pot of water on if you don't mind. You can respond to this.
Yes, actually, I was about to head in the direction you called me towards. I was just gathering a few things. Is everything all right?
Oh dear, treachery is afoot.
Treachery's afoot?
Are you secure? Are you safe?
Yes, I'm fine. I'll say at this point you do see the door of her tower open and she is walking out with a bag over her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Still very poised, like a slight look of concern across her face. And you do see she kind of waves her hand in emotion, and it looks like she's sending a message to somebody else as she's approaching you. You said danger over at Speaker Conrad's home. May I ask what exactly has happened?
Before we continue,
I don't believe I've met...
hold on, dear. What was the item that I borrowed from you?
I'm sorry?
The item that I borrowed from you? You lent me an item?
And Sarah's trying to remember which one that was. That was because you sold the amulet.
You're not really Sarah! You're an imposter! Ah!
Honestly, I don't remember what items I borrowed, and I'm afraid to say whoever gave them to me, they're never getting them back.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You guys borrowed them, and when you came back, she said to keep them. So that was always going to be the case.
Brian also doesn't remember?
Yeah. It was... You got a wand, right?
Sure. If your character is actually Avery...
She's able to answer the question. Sarah has ADHD.
Mm-hmm. As do I. Slurp, slurp, eating cereal, slurp. Oh, good. I'm so sorry. We had a bit of a doppelganger situation. By the way, this is Revere. Have you met Changa?
Yes, hello. I believe we may have met briefly at the festival.
Oh, yes.
Very nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well. You did, however, mention that it seems to be an emergency of some sort.
Oh, yes. Rivia, Changa, I'm going to take Speaker Avery here back to Speaker Conrad's. If you want to join me, you're welcome to. If you want to do your own investigation, maybe see if there's any other...
I was going to ask if you wanted an extra escort.
Oh, I would love... I always love traveling with you, dear.
It's a pleasure and a blessing to be able to travel with you as well. So,
such a
not
privilege.
mind walking with you. About you, Tom.
Changa?
See, that is quite a good question. I mean, I do feel like investigation is necessary in this situation, but exactly what aspects should be investigated?
Oh, well, you could ask the guards if they saw anything awry.
I have called for the guard as soon as I heard of an emergency at the Speaker Conrad's home. I did send for them to arrive. They should be there within the next few moments.
Oh, just always on top of it. Bless you, dear.
Perhaps you can explain to me what the situation is.
All in good time. Sir. All in good time. Speaker Conrad is safe, alive for now.
Maybe.
But there was a risk of both of those things not being the case earlier. So, and then Gwen will fill her in on more of the details as they walk back.
Okay.
Not sparing an adjective or a verb. And if
I see.
Ravia or Changa want to chime in.
I think Changa will chime in with more like very over dramatic details, which will be corrected by another person.
And then there was blood everywhere.
And then there was blood everywhere. Well, and then Ravia's like,
wasn't
well, no,
exactly a pretty sight.
it was more like it was in a puddle, not really like everywhere. The guts sprawled over the ceiling. A travesty.
Oh, I think that was a translation issue. Dust. Dust was all over.
that the whole way as they walk.
I love it.
I see. Well, it certainly seems like there's a need for a rush.
Well, we
And
know
you
the
guys
man's deceased.
continue back towards the tower. And I'll say that you do catch up and get back into the tower. Seeing as it took 20 minutes to do identify. It's been a while. You guys are all able to catch up, and now everyone is in the same place. And you do start to hear some of the guards. There's some more, ruckus outside the town, as it seems like the guard is gathering.
When y'all return, there's just blue powder
I was gonna
covering this raptor's beak.
Did somebody give him a cupcake?
So, what happened?
Yes.
Did someone drug him?
No.
I ensured he didn't wake up and try to escape.
One of those statements is a lie, Showery.
I said that.
Drugs.
No, herbs.
Drugs.
Okay, drugs.
I mean, that's what it is, really. It's very effective, though.
Drugs.
Because I mean, you can't. The placement of an odd-colored powder substance, which that more than anything is suspicious to me, and the placement of it on.
Oh, I had to make him inhale it.
Yeah, that's so drugs. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Drugs. Okay.
Drugs, herbs, what's the difference? Semantics, right?
Actually, Liz, you brilliant bean.
I try my best.
Gwen is going to cast Detect Thoughts.
On the unconscious
Yeah?
individual?
He's having some whacked out acid trip while he's asleep, probably.
Are you
That's what I
diving in deep for this?
I'm gonna get surface thoughts first before getting too deep.
Make just a wisdom check for me as you are diving into the basic layers of someone's subconscious.
Oh no. That's not
Yep.
good.
That's about how tonight's gonna go.
I mean, I rolled 2 nat 1s on advantage, so.
Oh wait, do I have advantage or no?
I'll say yes.
He's unconscious.
He's unconscious.
Okay. Okay. I was like, if that's a fucking one, I'm gonna lose it. 15. I mean, what are the
15?
chances? What are the chances that 2 people roll 2 ones with advantage?
Apparently, it's Paige. That's the chances. Paige.
It is. I mean, this is a dream-like state, so you're not really getting set thoughts. You do see like flashes of memory and dream.
Do any of them seem lucid at all?
Not necessarily. You see, like, a flash of a group of other birdfolk children, but not all raptors. You'll see strigs and lumas and gallants and, just, you see flashes of a worn down building, old cobblestone, but the feeling of home there. A flash of frustration at a training that did not go well at a young age, and then like a flash of accomplishment with having been chosen to do a task for someone important to them.
Wait, okay. These are the surface thoughts?
Well, that's why you're getting flashes.
Okay. Gwendolyn.
Like I said, this is a dream state. So the surface is going to be a lot more like fragments.
So Gwendolyn, knowing this, is gonna be super bold, and like as Speaker Avery is sort of like coming in and like addressing like Speaker Conrad and like
as soon as she comes in, she takes a look around the room and goes over to Conrad and is very like hand on his shoulder. Are you all right?
Yeah. So Gwen is gonna put her like cute little button nose like almost directly like on this creature's beak, and then she's gonna be like, I'm gonna try something rather peculiar. If I react crazily, just watch my spikes. I can't always control them. And she's gonna whisper. What's his name? Sergeant something?
Alden?
What happened to Sergeant Alden? And then she's gonna probe deeper.
Alright. What is the roll?
They need to make a wisdom 14, and I would say
I'm gonna give it disadvantage because he's unconscious. You said you would say what?
Yeah, I would say that I don't know. I basically like Gwen is sort of like doing something she's never done before, so she's kind of like focusing really hard on this, trying to get this information from their subconscious mind.
All right. She's never done this before.
Not at this level.
All right, make an Arcana check. It's a low DC because it is a spell that you have.
Okay.
I just want to make it more interesting.
Sure. 18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And, if I may.
Okay.
I just read. Sorry, I know this is like spell weaving,
No,
but
that's fine.
I'm as a cantrip while I'm probing. I want to use detect thoughts to pull whatever the most lucid memory I can kind of like hear out, so that I can experience that memory after I'm done probing. It's very much like the pensieve, but I have to get the memory out first.
Okay, are you doing this in a way that you're visualizing it to everyone else?
Well, detect thoughts again is just the thoughts.
Right.
So I basically people will actually in the room see like that sort of silvery white thought come out if I can find it.
Okay.
And this
you said
is
you were
like,
weaving a cantrip with it. I'm trying to just figure out what the cantrip is.
oh, it's called encode thoughts.
Oh, Oh, I love that. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. All right, so,
Fuck yes.
I already rolled the wisdom saves.
Mhm.
I got a natural 20
Mhm.
and then a 12.
So they did not make it.
So they did not make it.
Okay.
So as you press your forehead to this creature, asking specifically about Sergeant Alden Gravewind, you close your eyes and pull that memory in a way that the rest of you can see. And you see a bruised, restrained Alden in an old, broken down building you can barely make out. Unconscious. And you hear a voice over the shoulder, as this is in the point of view of the individual you have bound here.
Mhm.
And you hear a voice say, "And I think you have the information you need. You can step in his place. We'll keep you informed if we learn anything more. You know what to do." And the vision snaps back out.
Do I recognize the voice?
You do.
Who is it? The suspense is killing me.
It is the voice of Barnabas.
Oof.
No, what a shocker.
And you said we all saw that?
You could see it, yes. And I think Zinzi's, Rivia, and Changa are the only ones who did not meet Barnabas,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and would not recognize the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost like a ghostly picture show. Sort of like between, like Gwen's eyes are white, and it's almost like she's speaking the voices, but like it's the memory. So, yeah, she sort of shakes it off and goes, "Oh dear, what a crumb bum." My dear Conrad, I'm so sorry. I don't think your friend is with us anymore.
Anyone who wants to can make an insight check.
That's a. Wait, what's. Okay, 7. Okay. That's a 27.
23.
Oh, I'm sorry, 26. I got a 19.
I'm there, right?
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah, we're all here.
Wait, what? Check.
Insight check if you would like.
I'll do one. Why not? What else do I have?
Why did I bother?
Aww.
What did you roll?
6. I'm just very tired tonight.
Hmm.
Oh.
I also still have detect thoughts up. Just as a heads up.
Okay.
Okay.
10?
23.
23? Did anyone roll less than a 5?
I rolled above a 5.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. He's been through a lot, and my rolls are shit, so it actually works out. The site, this news, he doesn't say anything right away, but you can read a more unexpected level of grief than you would expect from someone whose employee has gone missing, been kidnapped, whatever this is.
Oh no. They were
Before he kind of puts that poker face back on. It seems that's quite possible. Yes.
There is no poker face happening. Gerald is seething. He had the thought it might be him, but hearing it confirmed and hearing that voice again, he is pissed.
I used detect thoughts on Gerald. I'm kidding.
I'm wondering if I should use calm emotions on somebody.
Yeah.
When an empath sensing Gerald might be upset.
Hey, buddy, how you feeling there?
If you don't mind, I think that's quite a bit of commotion for tonight. The town's guard has started to, the perch guard has started to enter into the home. There are a couple who have arrived, who are at the door, look at the scene, look to the speakers, look to Zinzi's, see the tied up guy with blue on his face. Oh, we've been asked to come by. A disturbance.
Careful not to inhale that. It's still potent.
Right.
In fact, when you get him to jail, you might want to wash that off in case he licks it, because then you know he might be in and out.
Oh,
for days.
he'll probably be out for like 4 hours if he ingests it.
Yeah. So you might want to wash his face when you get him to wherever you're gonna take him.
And
yes.
like don't like put your hands to your face after you wash him. Wash your hands at least 3 times.
Es muy potente.
Yes, please. I'll be by within the next few hours, likely to conduct my own interrogation. Please. And they do start to gather him up, and looking at you, Zinzi's concerned as to the words that have come out of your mouth regarding the powder.
And I have it stashed away at this point.
Yeah, and they're just kind of like gathering him, but also like holding him out and looking to you concerned as they take him away.
Like he's got a fucking plague or something.
Yeah, it's a little. They don't know what that is, and they don't know what that means, but that's worrisome.
Yeah, you might want to wear an N95 while you're carrying him out.
He's got the bird flu.
If you can, put him in the deepest, darkest dungeon chamber you have.
And they lead him away. Speaker Avery has been looking around, and what does she have anything? She doesn't really have much that she could do at this point.
Speakers, forgive me. Would it be alright if I made some tea and just sat with you for a little bit? Also, Speaker Conrad, I'm so sorry, dear. I don't know why I'm British again.
You were always British. You just started changing it to freaking Mrs. Doubtfire for no reason, and then switched it back.
Oh, hello, dear. Yeah, that's right.
She goes Doubtfire when she's excited.
Hello. Let me just put on a pot of tea. Speaker Avery, if you don't mind, just staying, just for the comfort.
How about we, she's kind of reading the situation as well and kind of puts her hand towards it. Perhaps we can offer Speaker Conrad some space for a while we gather the tea, and we will, and turns back to him, we will meet you downstairs when you are ready. How does that sound?
Wonderful idea, dear.
And he just kind of takes a minute and nods, and I will meet you down shortly, I'm sure.
I am going to leave my familiar, who is either a lightning bug, a hummingbird, or I don't know, like a tiny leer bird. I don't remember what they were, but just like casually gonna just like perch on a chair nearby.
Insight, or are you hiding them?
Oh no, very blatantly. And Gwen is just gonna say, "It never hurts to have an extra pair of eyes, dear. This is just in case you need anything. Before you come downstairs. I promise I won't spy on you."
I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, and I'll drop detect thoughts because Okay. I'm getting a lot of rage from Gerald, so.
I'm gonna go ahead and write a note in my notebook, tear out the paper, fold it up, and hand it to Conrad before walking out downstairs.
Okay, are you going to announce to the group what that note is, or do you want to send it to me privately?
I know what it says. I prepared explosive runes this morning.
The group can know. It just says, if you require any help, please don't hesitate to contact me. I have dealt with strong emotions before.
Calm them emotions, girl.
He takes the note and quietly reads it, but doesn't seem to react. And you guys all start to head downstairs? Is anyone sticking around upstairs?
Gerald's going to linger for a minute. He's also going to stash away the trinity of items that the assassin had, taking a very long look at the dagger before tucking it sort of into his waistband and sort of giving a look to Conrad, but shakes his head and walks out.
Sorry, my dad's a dick.
He doesn't have the words right now. He feels, because of the relationship, he feels like he's the last person Conrad wants to talk to right now.
I saw a hand up from Chang'e.
Pop, pop. Rivia would like to stay upstairs, but Chang'e will go downstairs.
Okay. All right. Is Rivia? Should we come back to Rivia?
Yeah, we'll come back to Rivia.
Okay.
Sorry.
The downstairs group.
Well.
Gwen and Speaker Avery go down into the kitchen, find a kettle, find a everything here is very utilitarian. It has a little bit of comfort in terms of decor, but it's still very sparse. There's not a lot in his home, and you've been here before, but there's not a lot in his home that gives off much personality. There's no family photos lying around. It's just very private. But you're able to find a basic tea set and able to brew some tea as you have taken over this man's kitchen.
Oof. What an evening. Oh, by the way, does Speaker Avery address the fact that we're all like super dressed up?
No, she hasn't said anything.
Okay. I think she would, but you
know. She's still a little bit reeling about everything that's happened, and she's helping you set up the tea.
Yep, that makes sense.
She does try to, like, look over all of you. None of you were injured, correct? Yeah, she does notice that none of you are injured and sets out a few treats that she finds lying around and helps set the table before kind of settling and just going, Does anyone have any more information as to what might have happened they could share with me?
Gerald sort of was like twiddling the ring in his hand.
Perhaps a reasoning as to why the speaker was rather injured?
Well, it does seem that he was attacked by someone who was pretending to be his friend, and as we discussed on the way over, we're all a little bit confused here as to what's going on, but I will say I've never used that skill before, so I can't guarantee that it was 100% accurate, but it does seem that Gerald here, his former patron, if you will, has plotted to usurp or eliminate Speaker Conrad. And that is part of why I summoned you. I wasn't sure if you were safe. And also, I thought you might be able to help when we weren't sure how the tides would turn. So I'm grateful.
I must say the timing of this is rather interesting, as we are a week or so into the negotiations with the coalition.
Someone who doesn't want that treaty to happen.
It is possible.
Well, at least we have a suspect.
Yes, I heard a voice and saw some reactions. However, anything further than that, I am unsure of. Who is this individual?
His name is Barnabas.
It's
Go
not
ahead
a
and put
name
my
that I'm
hand on
familiar
his-
with.
Let me go ahead and put my hand on Gerald's arm in a comforting way. Just as he
Sort of
speaks.
He'll like glance over a bit and sort of nod shyly. I don't imagine you would. His name is not known to people of quite the defense club, but people like myself and Conrad.
I see.
Barnabas is a bandit. He was one of the original, not the original. The coalition goes back quite some time, but before Bennett took over, he was one of the inner circle of the previous leader.
I need to pull up my notes real quick before I say what I was going to say.
I think that's what we decided. He was a big player back then. I don't know if he was in the inner circle. I think he was.
I just need to remember a name. Where did I put it? Nope, that's the old one. Where's the other one?
Yes, searching of notes.
So many notes. So many
Sticky
notes.
and otherwise.
Y'all. I got so many notes and so many characters. And I gotta remember which ones are alive and which ones aren't.
Yeah, that sometimes gets a little I had we had one of those in another campaign I was in where the DM brought back in a NPC character had met, genuinely forgetting that NPC had died. so we spent an hour trying to figure out if this was a mimic or not, or like a doppelganger. But no, the DM just forgot that they killed that character.
I figured it out.
Hey.
I see. So he worked with Chiron then.
Yes.
Interesting.
He's also the man who raised me.
I see. And we believe that he's in some way involved in an attempt on this speaker's life.
He is a bandit through and through. While that word may have changed to the coalition as it is today, it does not change to him. And if peace comes, however temporary or conditional it might be, it is bad for business. He, after Chiron's death and removal, he was no longer the Bane player. He was no longer trusted by the new leadership. I don't know how many of the old crew are still around, but that red-feathered one, I do not recall being part of the old crew when I was still there.
Might I pose a theory to you all?
Please.
Did you just say no?
I said,
No.
please.
Not you, Chonga.
Oh, she's muted.
Yes. But a minute.
Chonga's just sitting at the table with her tea and goes, no.
No. Looks at everyone. Oh, yes. Yeah, you may.
Yes, of course. Naturally.
Now,
Just in the silly goofy mood.
This is good tea.
do we
Yeah,
know,
Gwen made it.
do we know how long this individual was posing as the sergeant?
No.
Roughly
Or
2
maybe
weeks.
give us more exact dates on when he sent the sergeant out. But we did not run into the sergeant during our trip back, a trip there, or a trip back.
But when did he come into town?
We would have to inquire with the guard, since if he was to remain, no, he returned today. Conrad said that when he was going to have us investigate his disappearance, which is what the original dinner was to be about, and then he showed up.
Anyone who wants can make an intelligence check.
Best please.
Gerald, make a history check.
Intelligence?
Yes.
Nope.
16.
Another one.
21.
And why do I bother? 8.
Oh my god, Cinzy's baby.
This is good tea.
I think this campaign is done with me.
Zinzi's, you've got your mind wrapped on something else that I kind of want to go into with you in a little bit. Changa?
18.
18? Okay. Zinzi's, your mind, I'm actually gonna just give you this. You're thinking on that vision that you saw, right? Everyone keeps saying, I think your friend is dead. In that dream, Alden was unconscious, not dead. So that's where your mind is while they're having this conversation.
And Gwen's like, tra la 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 la.
Wait, so why do I keep fucking rolling? Stop! Curse you for giving me a random nat 20!
I need to do an intelligence check. My intelligence check. See if it was an intelligence check.
I got a random ass nat 20 when I didn't mean to roll. Fuck!
Bank that as
Thank
a
you.
future inspiration because that's pretty fucking amazing. We don't want to lose
Yeah.
that karma.
Okay.
Especially 'cause
Oh
you-
wait, so like everyone's discussing him being dead, and Zinzi's is just like equations, very slowly realizing he's not dead, but she's like too slow to fucking react. It's gonna hit her later when the conversation has passed.
Chonga and Shaori, you guys rolled pretty high. You remembered that the letter had arrived the night before, But also, Speaker Conrad had said that shortly after that letter had been sent is when Sergeant Alden had arrived. He didn't arrive this morning. He arrived last night.
Last night.
Gerald, you remember seeing him at the festival grounds. You saw glimpses of him in the crowd, heading towards the council, the branches. So it's not like he just showed up this morning and went stab crazy. Like, he's been here for at least a day.
Out of just curiosity, do I recognize the location or the type of location that I saw in the vision?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
And or would anyone else? I mean, because it was kind of like a...
If,
Anyone who wants to can make a history check.
Ooh, I'm really good at those.
It's it's just really high DC.
I think I passed it
I'm back to
with a
rolling
natural
like shit.
with a natural 20 plus 8.
Yeah. Well, you
Natural
can
20 plus 8. And what did you get, Cincy's?
I got an 8 plus 2, 10.
Awesome.
I got a nat 20 plus 4, but yeah, if it's someplace familiar, like if it's like an old hideout or something.
Chongo roll. A bocce ball.
It's not a place. Gerald, you said you also got a nat 20?
Yes.
It's not a place that either of you have been to. I will say the structure is similar to the time span in which the fortress of the coalition was built, but it doesn't look like anything that was in those grounds that you saw.
So same time period, different location.
Well, they had a really bad decorator.
But it's not someplace that either of you would have been to.
When says in your head.
Okay.
I rolled a 15. Would I glean anything from that?
No, that wouldn't have been high enough. It was a really high DC.
And she was a little distracted at the time.
Yeah. The most that I would say for you, Gwen, specifically because you did the Detect Thoughts earlier, is it's the same internal structure that you saw in the Detect Thoughts dream thing.
Okay. I am going to cast Tea Time exclusively for Speaker Avery and Speaker Conrad.
Speaker Conrad has still not come downstairs.
Yes, but I've set a cup of tea aside for him.
Okay.
And it's beautiful as it has a red flower that's like budding and waiting to bloom. And if Speaker Avery does take a sip, as soon as her lips touch the cup, it sort of like opens and emits just this really like cinnamony saffron, almost like rose hip, but like a little hint of sweetness to it, and it's very like warm and soothing and calming, and they also get the benefits of tea time.
Okay. Yeah. As you guys are talking, she does take a sip. Does anyone point out this realization of how long he's been in town to Speaker Avery, as that was her question?
Yeah, Gerald sort of like, wait, I saw him at the festival.
So
How long after I asked you to dance, I saw him in the crowd heading towards this district.
So he's been here for some time.
At least a day. We don't know.
Well, the festival would have been last night. But he did not make any attack upon Speaker Conrad last night. He waited until tonight. A full day later. Why?
Find the perfect opportunity?
Did anything happen at the quorum today?
Nothing unusual. Negotiations have gone as usual. Did anything unusual happen today that might have made...
My dear, we are an adventuring party. You're going to have to be a little more specific.
Well, is there
I mean,
any
we-
reason
we-
that... If he wasn't moving to attack Speaker Conrad earlier, then he was likely here for another reason. What would make him attack out of the blue?
I mean, we did apprehend some kidnappers today. Was that today? Lots happened.
That was,
Yes. Oh, yes, I remember that interrogation.
Yeah,
That was quite
interrogation. It went fine.
Yes. Sorry, dear.
Right.
We were invited for dinner, and then we received the letter. I think we also, pretty sure we got back and forth things. We got a message to come to dinner, a letter saying not to, and then a message saying we're still out, that we are still on for dinner for dinner.
That was me casting sending to Conrad, asking if we can still have dinner, even though he canceled.
He had cancelled the dinner. Why?
Well, I believe he said upstairs that wasn't actually him that did that. That was the imposter
And
or
yet
something.
the meal was still on.
Only because I messaged him about halfway through the day after we received the cancellation letter, and asked him if he would why the cancellation and if we could still come to dinner. I was looking forward to it.
Is there a chance that upon sending this message, you've offered some sort of suspicion upon his activities? Could make anyone nervous.
And someone like Gerald sort of like
Just checking the
represents,
notes.
and Conrad is paranoid, rightfully so. Any suspicion from him would have warranted questions. Questions could have warranted an attack. We started asking the imposter personal questions that only the two of them would be aware of, and he had no answers.
And that would likely have been what caused this attack. So what other purpose would he have had to maintain a disguise like this?
His equipment was designed, the necklace and the ring were to remain as Alden as long as possible and not be able to be detected through divination. So that if someone were to suspect him, and such as Gwen casting a spell to read his thoughts or find him, more than likely the actual Alden might be, more than likely not of his own volition, might be wearing something similar, so that we can't find him either. It's undetectable and unfindable.
Speaking of, I wonder if, well, no, the raptor would have something on him to. I was just thinking maybe the raptor had linked minds with. I keep forgetting his name. I'm so sorry.
Conrad or Alden?
Alden. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe he had linked minds with Alden, so he could better blend in.
Did you
I
see
don't-
any sort of magic that would indicate that?
I didn't check for that magic, but I'd be happy to head to the stocks and check if I can. I do my best.
Spoken whispering to blend in, but the dagger was a more of a just in case, I think. It's designed to kill quite gruesomely, but effective.
While this discussion is happening, upstairs, Rivia, you decided not to come down with the group. You stayed up with Speaker Conrad.
Yes.
Did you want to discuss anything, or he's moved his chair back behind his desk and has sort of just make an insight check actually.
Cool. Okay, so insight. I get. Oh, that's actually a really nice number. Especially with that roll. 14.
14? Yeah, the initial shock that went over his face at the idea that the sergeant is likely dead has faded. However, he's still more than injured. He looks tired. He looks stressed. And every now and then you still see a flicker of concern that he's trying his best to contain.
Okay. She'll just speak up and say, "Are you alright?"
Well, it has certainly been an interesting day.
Well, that's putting it lightly, isn't it?
Quite. I don't believe I got the chance to thank you all, and you and your friends, for coming when you did. It could have been much worse.
I'm very glad that you reached out.
Yes, even though the event was supposedly cancelled without my knowledge before Showery reached back out.
Events have been very strange.
Yes, they have.
But then again, I haven't been here long.
No, I believe you're one of the newer members of this particular group. Am I not mistaken?
You are not mistaken, you are in fact correct. I'm very new.
Yes. From your garbs, are you from the Jeweled Mesa, perhaps?
DM, I am in
Yes,
fact.
you
Yes.
are.
I figured, I was like, I wrote it down. Yes, I am.
Well, it's quite a bit of travel.
It's been a very long journey, I can say that.
What brings you to the Alder Heart?
Well, actually, for this group, I've heard that they've done many great things and that they could possibly help me with my own conundrums, so to say.
Well, I'm certain if offered the opportunity, they would do just that. They've proven to be quite useful, quite
They've been very
effective.
helpful already.
You found the right people.
I have. Thank
It seems
goodness.
like you yourself are well capable of handling whatever is thrown at you.
Well, I was raised with both grace and ferociousness.
Let's see. Okay. Remind me, what are your parents' names?
Ah,
Shannon and Sam.
I
not
don't
real
remember-
parents.
I know we talked about
I know we
siblings.
talked about it.
Yes, I think I wrote it down in my book. Let me look.
Yes. Mother was Saria and her father was Ludwig.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
And she had a younger sister, Dahlia, and a younger brother, Cass.
He kind of takes a quick look over you and goes, "Is your father by chance Ludwig?"
Yes, he is. Do you know him?
Only by reputation. A family of travelers, if I'm not mistaken.
Travelers, rogues, bards.
Collectors of many things, from what I've heard.
Yes, my father has quite the knack for the knickknacks.
His reputation is preceded him quite a bit. Good man, from what I've heard.
He's a very great man. I'm very grateful to have him as my father.
Oh. You found the right group to travel with if you intend to follow in your family's footsteps.
I did. I kind of lucked out, especially considering everybody's reputation and how they go about things. It is an adventure every day.
And how is your family, then?
To be honest, I don't know. I haven't seen them. That's kind of why I'm here. My home was destroyed. I could not find my parents anywhere. So I've enlisted the help of my newest companions to see if they could help me find my family.
Well, I'm certain they can help. I am sorry to hear about that.
I still have hope.
As you should. Family is important.
They mean everything to me.
I can understand that.
Is there anything that I could get you? Some water or tea?
No, I will, I'll be down momentarily. I just need a moment.
Very well. Let me know if you need any more help.
Of course.
And she'll take a step out to
Okay.
give him space. Yeah.
Alright. As you're coming downstairs, Zinzi's make
Sorry, I had to go use the bathroom.
No, you're good. You're good. You, like I said, have been thinking it over, and in that memory that you saw, that dreamlike memory, he was still very much alive, unlike the assumptions that you've heard thrown around by your group of friends. Make an intelligence check with advantage.
Y'all know how advantages worked for me tonight.
-6 is her roll.
16.
Ah!
16. All right. You've been a cop for a while. You've been a guard. And while most of your coworkers didn't really take you seriously, you used that to your advantage to become very good at observing and picking up on things that most people wouldn't. You wouldn't just take someone's identity and then just keep them alive without a good reason. Chances are they got as much information as they could to pass as Sergeant Alden, but kept him around in case they needed to know more. But if someone's with him there, and the imposter is here, they have to be communicating somehow.
Gerald's the one who searched him, right?
Gerald was the one who searched him, and he found a few different magic items, a few different mundane items. And again, you've been a town's guard for a while. You know that there's some things that you're not going to keep on your person. If you're committing a crime.
Listen, Zenzi's might have a 14 intelligence, but I'm drawing blanks right now.
If you had a way, it's like if you
Wait,
are
just like implying that this assassin is a magic user?
nothing in the attacks that he threw at you really showed that. More like if he had a way of reaching back out to his boss, he's not going to carry that with him unless he's going to stash that away somewhere that he can get back to. So that he can utilize it in private. Like, you're not going to keep your burner phone hidden away. You don't keep it in your front pocket.
Well, I feel stupid for assuming that he's a magic user, because magic users can use sending.
No, that is a very good assumption. You just, from what you've seen in his fighting style, he was more assassin rogue. I'm just gonna give that to you.
Where in town is Alden's home?
You don't know, but you can probably ask around and find out.
I'll do that.
Okay. Are you asking Speaker Avery now at the table?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Where exactly does Alden live in town?
Well, personally, I'm not sure. I didn't have many interactions with this individual. It was very rare that he was in town. Honestly, until now, I thought he was another town's guard working for Speaker Warwick. The idea that he's associated with Speaker Conrad is a bit of a revelation.
Would Speaker Warwick know where he lives?
Possibly. Likely, if anything else, they would have record in the guards' towers.
So I'm just thinking that if this dude has been posing as Alden, most likely he would be like staying at his residence, you know?
That is a fair point.
So maybe there'd be more items of his there? 'Cause we didn't find much on him, but he's gotta be communicating with that one dude some way. He didn't seem like much of a spellcaster. Sorry, I've seen enough like crime scenes to know you don't keep your method of communication on you when you get caught. Possible he might have stashed it before he came to Speaker Conrad's house.
That's
And
a
my
very good
first thought
observation,
is,
Susie.
what better way to stash an item than at the place of the person you're impersonating? Well, try saying that 5 times fast.
Try saying it once fast.
I mean, because if he's impersonating Alden, you want to like mimic his behavior, so like stay at his place. Maybe like, because you guys realize Alden's not dead. Y'all know this, right?
Oh,
What?
it's
Y'all
true.
keep talking like he's dead. He's not dead.
He's just likely dead, dear.
No, he's not dead.
Well, I'm just going off a vision I had from magic that's totally wild.
Gwen, I know what I saw in that. He's not dead.
Wait,
They're
sorry.
keeping him alive for a reason.
Wait, hold on, dear. You have the gift?
No, I'm just really observant.
You could see the vision, remember?
When we all saw the vision.
In my vision?
Yeah, we all saw it. I don't know what you did, but it projected for all of us to see and hear.
Yes, that was. Sorry, I must be
It
getting.
was quite an impressive display, though I did not pick up on the fact that the individual was still breathing. That's quite impressive.
No, he's still alive. They're keeping him alive for a reason. But if that dude's here, the other dude's there, they have to have a way to communicate. And as far as I know, Gerald didn't find any sending stones on him.
No. I found
He
it.
has to have a form of communication somehow.
Hold
should
on.
search this place.
Gwen's gonna like waddle off into like I don't know, a nook or a cubby or a lounge area and just sort of like sit there and like eyes not blinking, sort of like stare off into the distance for about 10 minutes.
Gwen has an existential crisis in the middle of this investigation of a missing town's guard. I love it.
Zinzi's might be the one true seer.
I don't know what to do with that.
I'm ritually casting detect magic. Is what Gwen's actually doing.
Okay.
Just to see if it might be somewhere in the house. Like he might have stashed it in this house.
I'm gonna look for Gwen's gonna do. She's gonna bring the tea up to Speaker Conrad, who I know told Rivia that they did not want any tea.
Yeah, well, Rivia has at this point come downstairs while Zinzi's is going. You know he's not dead, right?
I've connected the dots.
Okay. Going off of Cynthia's observation, let's assume for the moment he's still alive. Because
He is alive.
I understand.
Why are
Well,
you
how
guys
long-
always doubtful of what I say?
I'm not being doubtful.
For the record,
Yes,
I am
you
not.
are.
I'm saying it is a matter of timing.
I've never been doubtful.
I
He
mean,
was alive in the
we
vision.
both just got here, so you know.
He was alive in the vision. Let us hope that he's still alive. And with good purpose. We need to do as Zinzi suggests and look through his house.
Rivia, you see Gwen walk into like a different room, sit there staring, and go, "She could be the one true seer." That timeline, that's where that ends up.
All right, so Gwen, you start heading upstairs.
After 10 minutes, yeah. And just eyes glowing like a sapphire, aquamarine, like luminous. Just kind of like catching all the magic items on our party, of course. By the way, do I see anything unknown or like people are hiding magic items?
I mean, Speaker Avery has got a few.
Oh, okay.
Your group has quite a few. There's a couple items that seem to be hidden away in this home, but nothing, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily expect in the home of a speaker. Still very minimalistic here. It's mostly like lighting, a couple, auras that you can see hidden in drawers and things like that. But
Yeah.
nothing that would strike you as unusual.
Okay. And of course the tea in front of me.
Yes.
Yeah. And then yeah, I'll walk in and I'll just be like, my dear speaker, Conrad, I just wanted to do one more thing for you, but it'll take about an hour. Are you alright with me staying a little bit longer, dear?
As you walk in, he actually kind of like closes a drawer in his desk as you say that and go, of course not. What exactly were you hoping to What do you need the hour for?
It's just a light to medium protection spell for you, dear. Nothing to concern yourself with.
All right, sure, I appreciate it. Yes.
Okay. Here. This is a specialty a special tea of mine. It should help you get your wits about you. I know you've been through a lot tonight.
Thank you. I very much appreciate it.
And that little Gerbean that we're with. She's certain that your friend is not dead. I'm sorry if I jumped the gun a little bit. But she's a smart cookie, that one.
Downstairs, you hear Zenzi's like shout out, "I've connected the dots!" I assume Changa says you've connected shit, and she's like, "I've connected them!"
Make another insight check.
Okay. Oh, wait, me?
Yes, Gwen.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not there, I can't do shit.
Natural 20.
I saw that pop
Really?
up.
Awesome.
Total of 25. Yeah, I'm rolling online today just for funsies.
All right. There is definitely a sigh of relief at that concept, and there is another thing that you particularly are able to pick up because you have a unique insight. It's more the relief of a parent.
Oh. If that's the case, Gwen is gonna sort of like, as she's placing the tea in his hands, so that this motherfucker drinks this goddamn tea. She is going to just sort of like pat his hand and just give the warmest hint of like a hope springs eternal kind of smile, some of that chicken noodle for the soup nonsense vibe.
Chicken soup for the soul.
That's
Thank
the
you.
one. I know it's not nonsense. It's a good.
Those books were my therapy as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good soup. Yeah, that's the vibe she's giving off, and then she is going to sort of summon her familiar, and just be like, if you need anything, dear, you know how to contact us. You're welcome to come down and socialize if you want alone time. I don't know how I would handle what you just went through all by myself, but everyone has their process. So, also, come by tomorrow for a tarot reading. It's on the house.
I might take you up on that, but I think for now I will take some time to myself for a
All
bit,
right.
but thank you.
Well, I'll be here for the next hour anyway, so you just holler if you need anything.
Of course. Thank you, Gwen. I do appreciate it.
It's nothing, dear. And Gwen is gonna go downstairs, walk past the room with everyone in it, and start casting Glyph of Warding on the front door. Thunder damage. And
Okay.
the trigger is anyone who wishes harm, extreme harm, or death to the speaker. It'll trigger the sigil.
Okay. Awesome.
And it's nearly invisible. It requires, it's a 15 paragraph thing.
Yeah.
But
I've read through that glyph. It is insane.
Yeah, so it's essentially explosive runes, but with thunder damage.
Okay.
So that, if he's like, "Who's at the door?" and all of a sudden it goes boom, he'll be like, "Oh hell no! Return to sender."
All right. So.
Carry this, you fucking casual.
Right.
So, Zinzi's and Gerald, you started talking about the idea of going to find Sergeant Alden's home.
I mean, if the imposter was wanting to pose as him, he would live as him. So that nothing would seem suspicious.
Yes.
Suspicious.
Are you going to head out to find that now, or are you guys going to hang out a little longer?
I mean, Jared was considering, albeit I'm a tad bit insensitive. He might go ask the person in the house who might know, which is Conrad. Conrad might know where he lives, since he needs to. If nothing else, logistically, I need to know where you are in this city so I can find you if I need you.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna run up and pose the question to Conrad, and then go do them and investigate.
All right. For the sake of brevity, I'll say that he is able to let you know where Alden lives. We can jump into that a little bit next time, but he gives you general directions, tells you what the home looks like. It's very humble, basic living quarters. Showery,
I was gonna say, I'm on the verge of passing out.
Yeah, we got 8 more minutes and then we're done. Showery, you have your hand up?
I do. When Gerald went upstairs, I would like to start casting augury as a ritual. By casting gem inlaid sticks, rolling dragon bones, laying out ornate cards, or employing some other divining pool. I probably use something out of my kits. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. You receive an omen from an otherworld entity that results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes, and you get to choose between good results, bad results, both good and bad, or nothing. And basically, I'm going to ask, are we heading in the right direction by searching, or will we find any evidence when we search Alden's house?
Okay. So as you cast the spell and cast out your choice of ritual, you do get you're saying if you go to Alden's place, will you find answers? Basically. Yes.
Correct.
The omen that you get is wheel, which would be for good results.
Okay. And I will share that with the group that this is definitely the correct course of action that we should take next.
All right. Rivia, Chonga, are you guys also planning on heading to find his home? Are you going to do something else?
We'll probably join the group. Yeah, we'll probably join the group.
Okay. So, as all of you head out to locate the home of Sergeant Alden, Speaker Avery will actually kind of very gently take Zinzi's hand and kind of pull her back as everyone else starts to leave.
What's up, Gwen?
Yes, Gwen is still in the door. She's not paying any attention to you.
Just an hour. It's fine.
Yes?
I just, based on your comment earlier, I wanted to ask, do you doubt yourself?
when you spend so many years in a small town having people doubt you, it's hard not to.
And
'Cause
yet,
who's to say they aren't right?
and yet, in every encounter that we have had, every challenge I've seen thrown your way, you have succeeded and proven capable of more than you could possibly know by the way you're reacting.
And yet, some people still just won't believe me right away. You saw that just now. Like, no matter what I do, it's never enough.
Remember, you are quite capable. Always remember that. You have the respect of myself and Speaker Conrad, which I must tell you is not a simple task. You've proven yourself quite capable. Trust yourself. Your instincts have proved right.
I'm doing the best I can.
It's all we can ever hope for. I should not hold you much longer. I just wanted to check in.
Yeah. We gotta go make sure that yeah, just gotta make sure that my hunch isn't wrong. Otherwise, we may never find Alden.
I have faith in you.
It's nice to hear that. And Zenzi's will, like, bow a little before turning to leave.
She has a very slight, pleasant smile as you walk away and head off to find the home of Sergeant Alden Gravewind, your missing friend, and that is where we'll call it for a night.
I'm just sitting here realizing we've all left. Gwen's gonna be done an hour later and realize we're all gone.
Basically, it's gonna be Speaker Avery in the kitchen like, they left, dear.
They walked right past me. I just I needed to finish this. Well, you can see what it is.
14?
Does it explode?
I promise it does not.
Roll it. No.
No.
Roll initiative. No. It does not explode. But thank you guys for playing, and thank you for anyone who decided to join us tonight. I hope you guys had fun. I know it's a shorter session, but it's still also pretty late, so yeah, we will see you in a couple weeks' time. Are we going to have Pandora next week, or do we know?
Hopefully. I should be mentally prepared by then.
I know the feeling.
Hopefully.
I know the feeling. But yeah, thank you anyone who decided to watch, whether it's here on Twitch or when I upload it onto YouTube in like an hour. I hope everyone has a good night, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.